Let's also consider the string. Let's go ahead with the string as well. So now let's say we have data, something like mm, say there is something like data sv. So sv is a string variable type string. Okay, so this is a command sv type string, and then we have sv is equals to that string variable is equals to, so let's say dxc abap team. Okay, dxc abap team, full stop. And then we have translate sv to lowercase. Okay, so we have written in uppercase, right? Then now we'll say write sv. Okay, so here we'll go for write sv. So in the write statement, after write statement, we'll go ahead with the translation. Okay, so here we have dxc abap team, and below output is after translation. So dxc abap team. So this was actually originally in the uppercase. Now we have moved it into lowercase. Now the exactly opposite also is possible, very much possible. So let's declare another another variable. Let's keep this as sv1. Here this is sv1. We'll go for sv2. sv2 is equals to, so we'll keep it in lowercase. So we'll go ahead with okay, I'll go with something like Karthik. I'm giving this lowercase letters. Now we'll go ahead with translate. This is sv1, right? Okay. Now we'll say write sv2. So we have skip 2, and then we'll go for translate sv2 to uppercase, and then say write sv2. So now once it will be typed in lowercase, and then it will be typed in uppercase. So we'll execute and see. And this is like, first Karthik is typed in lowercase, and then it is typed in uppercase. So we have dxc abap team and dxc abap team here. This is what we have. Okay. So this is about translation from lowercase to uppercase. If you are clear with this, then we'll go ahead with the translation of date. So we also have something called translation of date. So we can keep the same thing in this the same program. Okay. No, Sampriti, S will not work. We have to write complete string. If you type S, it will throw an error. Okay.
Only for string it is like that, or even for all integer value. But for integer we write only I note, right?
Yeah.
But for string we have to write
Yeah,
full
only for string.
string
Yeah, we
word.
have to give like string.
Okay.
S is unknown. You see that? So for string, it will not
Okay.
accept. For rest of all the things, as you have mentioned, like for character, numeric, integer, and all, only single letter. But only for this, we have to have this. Okay, let's go for something like say something like data. Date type C, or we'll give it as date type 10 type C. Okay, and say date is equals to something like, we'll give it as so 18 dot 06 dot 2020. So we have this date. Now what we'll do is, like, we'll say translate d translate. Okay, we have written as date, right? Date translate date using hyphen, and then we have to go right. So if you see here, before the translation, so we'll just say right date before translation, and then we'll go for um, date. Then we'll go for date after translation. So we have date before translation 18.6.2020. Date after translation 18-6-2020. So this is what we have, and yeah. I guess this is clear now. Let's change this pattern now. Let's change it to, so we'll go for another one, something like, so you go for D2 of 10, again type C. We'll go for D2 is equals to, say, 18 10 slash 06 slash 2020. This is in this format. Now we will change it into, okay, so anyways, so before translation, after translation, I'm not writing anything. Just let's translate it directly and get the output here. So what I'll do is translate D2 using, we'll go ahead with slash, we need to change it with, say, dot. Okay, slash you want to change it to dot. So first you have to write what is existing and what you want to change it with. So just syntax check, activate, execute. So we'll get this. Okay, I didn't write the right statement for D2. So I need to go for write slash D2 10/6/2020. This is changed as dot. Okay. Now we want it to be something like colon. Okay. Now we'll go for colon. So we have got the colon now here in the output. So we can translate uh, with some particular one symbol. We can change it with another symbol. You can also use it for amount as well. Let's say you have amount, and that amount you have something like commas. In US format, is exactly opposite to what we follow in India. So in India we follow something like, if you want to write some amount, right? So you'll write the amount like this, something like, say, amount. We'll write something like this: 20,000 25 say. Okay, this is how you write. But in US format, it is exactly the opposite. Like you have to write comma to full stop and full stop to comma. So in that way, we can change that format. But see, in translate, what we normally do is we change only one format. So we'll just try for this. We'll have two formats now: translate AMT, using comma dot um, dot comma cannot be happening. So if we say comma dot, everything will be changed to comma. Okay, so let's take this one, 20,000. Now this will work. This is actually in the Indian format. Now we can change that into in US format. So in US format, write slash AMT 20,000. So comma is replaced by dot. So in this way, translate actually converts from one symbol to another symbol can be possible in translate. We have the fine. So we have used the translate for translating the date. So if we have taken SV1, SV2 amount, so SV1 type string, we have taken this SV1 some variable as a type string, and then we have used the SV1 in lowercase. We have updated the value in lowercase, in uppercase, and DXC type append, and then we changed that. We went ahead and first typed the actual one, and then we went ahead and said that we will translate SV1 to lowercase. So then that SV1 is changed to lowercase, and that will be typed. Then we skip to, and then we have write SV2, the second variable, and then that second variable Karthik was in lowercase letters. We have entered that in the lowercase, and then we, after translating it to uppercase, that will be typed to uppercase. So we have translated lowercase to uppercase, uppercase to lowercase. These two things we have done. After doing the translation and seeing the output, so these were the outputs that we have. So we had DXC team as ABAP team. That was actually given, originally we have given the DXC team ABAP team in a capital letters, uppercase, and then we have changed it to lowercase and then printed it. Here Karthik was given as a lowercase, and now then we have updated it as a uppercase. Then what we have is like, then we have this date before translation. So date before translation, it was 18.06. So how the date is translated, we'll see that later. First, we have discussed about the uppercase to lowercase, lowercase to uppercase. I hope that is clear. Then we went on to discuss about the date. So date, or any string or any variable in which we have some symbol. Here in this date we have dot. The dot we are changing it to say the dot we are changing it to hyphen. So this is how we mention it. Dot we are changing into hyphen. So these two symbols have to be given here. Translate date using dot hyphen. So then what will happen is that date will be typed, and dot is changed to hyphen. Then we have translate D using slash with colon. So if you want to replace slash with colon, then you can do this, and then in the output you can see that the D2 will be shown it with colon. Then we have amount. So for amount here, this amount is mentioned in the Indian format, wherein we are separating this with the thousands, we are separating with hundreds with comma. So this is 20,000. So this 20,000, you have comma, so you want to present it in a US format, wherein in US format, in the place of comma, dot should come. So we are replacing like this, comma and dot. Then we will be getting this amount in the US format with dot. So let's see the output now. So here this 20,000 is coming with dot. Let's say US format is changed, and the first date before translation was dot with dot. It was coming with dot. Then we translated, and it's now coming as 18-06-2020. And here in this date we have replaced dot with colon. So this has been done. So these are the translations that we can do making use of the translate command. Then we have the split find command. Then we have the find command, string length, condense. So basically, we use this find more into the internal table concept. So when we are doing the internal table concept will be coming here. So when we are doing the internal table concept, I'll be explaining about the find command, and also when we are using the select statement and getting the output, at the time I will explain you about the select options command as well. So there is one thing that is left out is select options command, and then we have the find command. These two will be applicable in the coming projects. We'll be doing it with the coming projects. Okay, so string length is basically to find out the length of a particular string. So if you want to find the length of a string, we can make use of this string length command. So that we will do now. We'll do a simple scenario for that. And condense, concatenate, split is what we'll do. So we'll go ahead with the string length. For this, let me take a new example, new program. So now we'll be discussing about the string length. So I'm considering a new program to create to discuss about the string length concept. String length. So we'll go for data uh, SV type string, and then we'll go for something like data GV global variable type type. So we have SV is equals to, we'll give something like this is a string. This is a string, and I'm just giving some variable. And now we'll go for GV is equals to strlen. This is a command. Okay, so we are finding out the string length of this SV. So we're just putting that in the bracket. So write we'll go for length of SV is comma we have GB. Okay, so length of SV is okay. Length of SV in the sense like yeah, length of SV is GB. So we'll just syntax check. So what should be the length of SV? It should be more than the what we have given the length. So we are not mentioning the length of string, as we already know string will be automatically creating its length by default. So we'll say length of SV is 16. And how did we get that 16 here? So here if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Including space also will be taken as a character, right? So according to the length of this variable, okay. So length of this input value, according to that, it is creating the string length. And how do we find the string length? By making use of a simple command called strlen bracket. In the bracket, you have to give this string name, and you have to give a space in front and the last. After the bracket and before the bracket, we have to give a space, and then we have to go ahead with this. This is what we have. String length is 16.